sun will come out tomorrow. Bet your bottom dollar that tomorrow there'll be sun. Just thinking about tomorrow clears away the cobwebs and the sorrow till there's none. When I'm stuck with the day that's gray and lonely, I just stick up my chin and grin and sigh. The sun will come out tomorrow, but oh, you gotta hang on till tomorrow. Come what may. Tomorrow, I love you. Tomorrow, you're always a day Hey, hey, no, 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 yeah, yeah. People keep on learning. Soldiers keep on warring. Keep on turning, 'cause it won't be too long. Oh no. Cowards keep on lying, while your people they keep on dying. Yeah, 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 yeah. Try it again, 'cause the last time I love, I learned the whole world does it. When I'm down, I ain't glad I know more than I know thing. Gonna keep on trying, yeah, till I reach for higher ground. Yeah, 'cause no one's gonna let me down. Yeah, 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 yeah. Higher ground, yeah, yeah. Reach for higher ground, yeah, yeah. Reach for higher ground. Oh, 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 no, 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 no. Yeah,
We in the building. Just like that. Denise, I just snapped my finger and we were sitting here. You know, now I'm going to try the money. What, we want $1 million?
Why not? Well, keep snapping.
I snapped my ass off. Guys, I'm so sorry. But money will make you, do crazy things. I was trying. We are here today. It's a beautiful day. It really is. And I want
Beautiful
to.
weekend.
Yes.
Yesterday was beautiful too.
Yeah. It was a beautiful, and it was a beautiful weekend, honestly. And
Yeah.
speaking of weekends, guys, before I get into getting in her business, I'm Dion Johnson. I am your host, and I have the lovely Denise Marie Harris, the Lena Horne of my time.
You're so silly.
Guys, when I tell you that this woman is something else, she's something else. Y'all don't even have a clue. Y'all think I'm running it. I thought that shit too. I'm laughing because the joke's on me. Tina Terror run it. But the best part about that, you're not going to get steered wrong. All laughing aside. You are not going to be embarrassed. You're not going to look all crazy and effed up like you ain't got your it together. So that's the best part about that. So when to know what leadership is. And so that's the kind of leadership. If you got to do that, I suggest you do it my way. Without a doubt. Guys, we had a good... No. I can't even say it that way. I'll be cheating. We had a wonderful... Denise, how was your weekend?
My weekend was great. I'm a part of the Black in Mayberry organization, and we launched yesterday, and because you were there with me.
That's why I had a good time.
At the El Segundo Museum of Art. We launched showing an amazing exhibit of young Black men and women in their 20s and some not even in their teens yet. And they were interviewed about what do they daydream about. Give 10 words that what do they daydream about. And then as they were mounted, the frame was their words surrounding it. And it was brass frames. It was just amazing. And so many people were there, and it was uplifting, and it was just an amazing day, an amazingly wonderful, artistic, community, tribe, Black, loving day. And you were there.
I was right there in the building, outside the building, up and down the building.
Yes, you were.
But because there was so much to see, the way they had it lined up was amazing.
Yeah.
And where they had it, Denise, I'll beat your ass. You should have warned me. Guys, give us 1 second, please. I might say something I shouldn't say.
California.
Guys, let me tell you something. I didn't want y'all to hear what I had to say to her. I'm out here in Mayberry.
Fix your volume. You did something.
Can you hear me better now?
Yes.
Really good?
Yes.
You sure?
Yes.
Okay, I need to make sure they can hear me. Because, guys, I'm out here in Mayberry. Didn't tell me that they integrated it. In their own way. You know, I ain't got nothing on. I ain't got the right. I can't duck. Can't. If you gonna do something, do it the way they did. I got there and got moved. When I say I got moved, I got moved. I mean, I'm saying this in every way. That what I'm saying is that I wonder, was I doing enough? For real. This is how great it was. This is how important it was. And this is how life-changing. Why? Because we finally got to see I got to see everybody working together. You saw all races, all ages. You get what I'm saying? All races, all ages, all everything. And the thing about that was the unity and the love that you could feel. And the sense of accomplishment from everyone that had worked so hard. And you had mentioned this to me about Mayberry and told me to watch the documentary. I watched the documentary. I really did. And I said, oh, this is okay. This is okay. But then I watched it again. And then I watched it the third time. Mm-hmm. And for some reason, something popped on. But then when I went down there, and you look into the eyes of each person that was a part of each portrait, you know, each photograph, and you get to see those people in person, and the life and joy and the personality and the love and zest they have for life, but the respect they have for the elders and for people, and the destinations they have, you see it in them for real. This is not made up. It changes the way you feel. Mm. So, shame on you white folks for holding Mayberry like you were doing. No wonder Andy and Barney was so joyful. All that little love in that town, and you see what it did already, just being, you know, you liberated now, as Maya Angelou would say. Don't you feel liberated? Hold your head back now when you walk down the street. You're doing something. I don't know, but, you know, I know that from what I've looked at and from the documentary, about 10 years ago, those photos wouldn't have been lined up on that street.
Right.
So that, what you guys have done, and I'm a hard sell.
The documentary, I got a call from Tanya, the producer of the film. This was her vision. But before that happened, I got a call from her. My son Wayne and I had already been to a few of the marches in 2020 around the murder of George Floyd. And she said, would we join her at a march that they're helping to create in El Segundo? You know, El Segundo is this sleepy little seaside town. And so, of course, we said yes, because Tanya and Lee are like family. And, you know, when it's family, you go when you're called. And sure enough, we get out there. They got the signs. There's about 50 of us. 90% of the people are white. And we're on the different four corners. And a lot of people drove by and couldn't believe this was happening in El Segundo. And they would give a fist, and a couple of people went by and gave the finger. But either way, this movement in El Segundo began to take on a life of its own, and protests began to happen regularly. And then Tanya's vision became to make white America see the humanity of Black people. And this documentary is that. And I cannot stress enough. Go to blackandmayberry.com, see the videos, see the documentary. It will, you will get a shift from it. You'll shift something. It's it's not passive. It's being artist activists. And
Well,
I'm pleased to be in it. I'm pleased to be on the board that's supporting it, and I have high hopes for the organization.
if anything like what I saw, you don't have to have high hopes. You just need to be ready for what's gonna happen. Be ready to fly.
That's true.
Because we let me show you guys what we saw real quick. This is just a little bit, just a little snippet, and this is the now from my understanding with Tanya Taylor. She is the producer of the documentary, but she had founded the Black Lives in El Segundo, right?
Yes.
So she's a little bitty woman, but a force. A force. I mean, a powerful force. And I just wanted to give you a little snippet of who she is and where her mindset is, because it's gonna wake you. I can't give it justice. Let me let her do that.
Myself or my partner Natalie, if you have any questions about that, we are so incredibly excited to be with you all today for this wonderful celebration. And without further ado, I really, the founder, the heart and soul of Mayberry, Tanya, is going to give us a few words. So if everyone wants to give us a round of applause for to bring together artists. I'm hoping to be able to bring together communities, to express ourselves through the arts. So we're not doing, our mission is combating racism through the arts. And I think a lot of times people will think, oh, this is going to be some, fancy, drink champagne and eat some cheese and walk around the gallery. No, no, with art. Most importantly and firstly, we need change. We absolutely cannot continue to pass it down to the next generation. It griped me so much in 2020 when I heard reporters consistently saying, oh, and the young people are going out, they're so brave, and those young people should get out and do. No, everybody needs to make a difference. We cannot just wait for another generation. We cannot pass the buck. We have to say that it starts with us. We are going to make it better for the next generation, but we're not just going to pass the work down. We're going to do it now. Because when we look at things in a way that says, it's going to be better, we're just going to hope, what it does is it alleviates us of responsibility. And we all have a responsibility. Every single one of us have a responsibility to make this world a better place. To make this world a place where a black person, a brown person can walk freely, having the same rights and same privileges as our white counterparts. Now, I read this quote and I wanted to share it with you because I thought it really exemplified why we are here and why we do what we do. This quote is by Shirley Chisholm, and her words were, "Racism is so universal in this country, so widespread and so deep-seated, that it is invisible because it is so normal."
That was powerful. And that was Shirley Chisholm she was reading. And like I said, I was telling Denise behind the scenes just then that the part about it that got me is she woke me. Because I'm guilty. I do say sometimes, these young people, we got a wonderful generation coming up. They're going to do this, they're going to do that. And she let me know, stop taking it out of my hands, putting it in somebody else's hand, and it's going to take all of us. And as Denise and I were just saying, we need leadership. And Denise, what was that you said profound just now? You just said something profound about, or they'll repeat. Sometimes they'll tend to repeat the things we've done, and we know what didn't work, so if we're just there to guide and say, no, that ain't going to work.
Right.
So she's right. It's time for us to take complete control. I showed a video last night with some of the pictures and things that was going on. But what I loved about the song was saying, we can't stay quiet. We can't sit back. And white people, you guilty. You're either a part of the problem or you're not. And if you're not a part of the problem, you need to be a part of the solution. But you can't sit idly by and think that because you're doing nothing, you're alleviated. Your silence is worse than you being active. Because if you feel that it's wrong and you're not speaking, that's why you ain't got no peace inside yourself. Now, speaking of peace and stuff in ourselves, me and Denise was talking the other day, and we ain't got no peace about the way these people treating our boy Joe Biden. My ass can't sit still, because I'm trying to figure out what the hell's going on up in here. And honestly, I said it like I meant it. Y'all, if we don't wake up, they are really trying to make sure that Joe Biden gets nothing done. It was bad enough he went into a situation. Can you imagine going behind a fool like 44 and a half?
Yep.
He wrestled with you. You couldn't get control. You couldn't get in. You couldn't get access to anything. This is what I want y'all to understand. It's like this. Say you buy a house. And the owner, you don't know this after you buy it, but one of the owners say the husband got mad at the wife, and the husband refused to move his shit, do anything. You got all your shit lined up with your U-Haul and everything. You paying these folks by the hour. And you got a husband and wife, and the husband acting a damn fool. He got all this shit still in your house. He won't let you in. You done move from another state. You got to get to work at a certain time. You got to get caught up on your new job. All this. You can't get in your damn house. That's holding you back. That's putting you behind. That's the best way I can break it down for some of you guys. What happened with Biden and Kamala, they had no access.
And now that they're in, I mean, the most blatant example was when Abbott, the governor of Texas, created a bottleneck to stop bringing in goods through Mexico. And he created this stupid bottleneck, insisting that every truck that comes in has to be examined, except they weren't allowed to open the truck. They were testing for tire pressure and that the lights worked. And it was mainly the effect of that was to drive up the prices in the supermarket. Stuff was getting to the market spoiled. They couldn't even use it. What was the effect? Drive up the prices. You look at what's going on. Why is it that the cost of oil has gone down more than $10 a barrel, but that savings is not being passed on to the consumer? Because those oil companies are invested in getting that whole administration out of there, because that whole administration is talking about alternative energy, which they're too damn cheap to invest in. They don't want sustainable energy. They don't want solar. So they make it so expensive that everybody's pointing the finger at Biden instead of doing their research. It's so obvious to point to the president. He has no control over the oil prices. What is he doing? He's putting 1 million gallons a day out of federal reserves to try to offset it to some degree. It's not making a big enough impact. It's just not. It's sabotage. It's pure plain sabotage. They were playing recordings of credit card companies where the interest is going through the roof. They got recordings of a board meeting where they're saying, yeah, we're never going to go back down. I'm telling you, this is some corporate sabotage, because Biden is trying to pull us into the 21st century.
And they fighting back with everything else.
Fighting back and sabotaging him every way they can. Gas prices, food prices. That's your bread and butter. That's your so-called kitchen table issues. So we have to be aware when we hear people talking about Biden among our friends and what have you, because I had a friend who I adore, and she said to me, Biden, what the hell has he done now that we put him in there? And I had to break it down to her. And then she went, I didn't, we have such a microwave mentality.
I know.
It's always about what's next week's story. But we have to be smarter and look a little below the surface and understand that Biden does not control most of the things we're complaining about. He's not able to set prices. This is America. This is America.
They have their way. He's going to be blamed for it all, though.
Well, that's why we have to talk about it.
And
That's
we
why
all know, Denise, if somebody's always listening.
Yeah. And that leads me to and vote the right people in office so that when he has a remedy, he doesn't get stopped. How the hell 192 Republicans vote against helping women and mothers and fathers get a break with the baby formula? 192 Republicans voted against the bill for baby formula relief. Are you kidding me? Abbott Industries, which produces an overwhelming amount of baby formula, their baby formula was killing the babies. So the feds went in and shut it down and said, this is what you have to do to fix it. And they went like this. And that's why we have a shortage. So we have to look below the surface. I'm not smarter than anybody listening to this show, but I insist on looking below the surface. It's such an easy answer to say, it's Biden. No. Anytime you want to point to Biden, look below the surface because he's being sabotaged every chance they get.
I mean, because it's obvious, it doesn't take a rocket science to see how this is lined up anyway. The part about it is, I want to see who's with, if I'm suffering in any way, if I'm tired of buying it gas at the price you're selling it to me. I'm tired I know that I watch you go up more than $1. I watch and I'm going to say something funny because it's something everybody can relate to. A lot of people. Chicken wings. Because I know who I'm trying to reach.
Oh, yeah.
I remember when you go to the store, you get a pack of chicken wings about this size. May have 12 or 14 in there.
Right.
And you might pay $10, $9-10, here in California. In the southern states, they paid $6 or $7. I saw a pack of chicken wings. Chicken wings, my people say. Packed like this, about 12, honestly God, 12, 13 in there.
Oh, yeah.
$16.99.
$18 someplace.
Yes. And I'm like, what the hell? That's almost $1 to a wing. What the hell? But see, and then I looked at ground beef, and I'm so glad I said, I don't even need you in my diet. I was already there. Y'all pushed me all the way out. I watched ground beef almost double in price.
Right.
And it doesn't taste like it used to.
Mm.
So, but my point about this is, this is not Joe Biden. That's not your president.
Right.
That's greed.
The meat, well, I told you before, the meat packing industry, all the meat we consume is owned predominantly by 4 different companies. 4 different companies that stack those people in those warehouses and factories and assembly lines like sardines. And COVID wiped through those places and they shut down. And that's why your meat and poultry went through the roof. Needless to say, they're not unionized.
Oh, no. Hell no.
They get treated like crap as workers.
I mean, heaven forbid they get unionized.
They need to.
They really do.
I hope it happens. And I hope we break up the monopoly of 4 companies controlling 80% of the meat we eat. That's crazy.
That's the part I didn't understand when we discussed that on the last show. What the hell? How did that even happen?
Not watching.
So that happened just like Trump put all them damn federal judges in office up under everybody's nose. And didn't nobody know until he started doing fucked up stuff. Excuse me. The wrong word came out. Till he started doing the messed up stuff he was doing. And he was so unconcerned. And people were like, well, wait a minute. And then we started hearing, well, we're going to take it to the federal courts. And when the ruling started going in their favor, the Republicans' favor, we were like, well, where did this judge come from? Oh, he's a Trump appointed. Well, where did this judge come from? Oh, he's Trump appointed. Well, when the hell did he do that? While y'all ass was eating fried chicken.
So we gotta get Val Demings elected.
We do. Y'all see how Lena do? You see how Lady do?
We gotta get Raphael Warnock elected in Georgia.
Listen, y'all, I'm gonna address my fried chicken comment because Lena ain't. It's a joke. It's just saying that we need to wake up and know what's important. And at the end of the day, you guys, we gotta walk these people in office. If we lose Warnock, we lose the Senate. Point blank. We need Val. I'm sick of looking at Mark Rubio's butt.
Well, Rubio is anti-choice. So Floridians, if you want to protect your wives, daughters, sisters,
Mm-hmm.
female relatives, and sons. I mean, sooner or later, they're going to come for the boys some kind of way, too.
They going to have to, because if the girl get pregnant.
If you want to protect your gay and or transgender people in your life that you love, got to get Rubio out. It's like each one of these, we just got to get them out.
That's right. They had some primaries. See, that's why she's here. Denise, you gotta remind them that the guy was that Philadelphia, right? That won the primary. Pennsylvania. That said, right. He already told you. He don't care how you relate to your body. His bathrooms are gonna be set up for what your biological thing is. What you were born biologically. That's some cold-blooded stuff right there. So he's basically boldly telling you he's gonna shut it all down.
What they're trying to do, well, not trying, what they're planning to do is get another court case around these kinds of issues to the Supreme Court. But what I wanted to tell you was that the history of why are there 9 justices on the Supreme Court? Where did that number come from? Well, when the Supreme Court was being formed, there were 9 federal districts, right? Like California, the 9th district Supreme Court. There were 9. Except due to the growth of this country, we now have 13. So historically, there is a precedent to increase this Supreme Court by 4 more people to match the precedent of how many people get to sit on the Supreme Court. So know your history, folks. There are 9 justices because when they were setting it up, there were 9 districts. California is the 9th district of the Supreme Court. Appellate. My husband's saying appellate. Okay, appellate. Now there are 13. We can have the number of justices on the Supreme Court match the number of federal districts. So that's the next move. It ain't stacking the court. It's bringing it up based on
where it needs to be. It's coming up with the times.
But it's not stacking. See, that's the wrong language. We pick the wrong words all the time. It's right up there with defund the police. That's never what it meant.
Okay. And I love that. And I was saying stack that damn court. I'm wrong.
It's not stacking.
She's saying that we had 9. We have how many now? We had 9.
Yes. Honor the historical precedent of how much representation is on the Supreme Court based on how many circuit courts exist. There are 13.
13. So we have 9, and now we have 13. So what we would want to do is get up to, if we're trying to match it, we should go up. It ain't stacking, it's making it level, a level field.
It's following historical precedent. And I want somebody to start talking about it. Hopefully, y'all will get the word. Don't say stack the court. Wrong word. There's a historical precedent. Right words.
Historically, we need to make sure that we're leveled out. If we're at 9 and we're at 13 now, I need somebody. Rachel, you give these long shows I love to watch. I even get engulfed in all the way to the end. Why don't you do what Denise did with a little bit more of it? Give us some stuff if we missed it. Take it all the way out and help everybody understand that we need to get up to the 13. So people won't be frightened, and not us, but we know who, that we're
And by
saying.
the way, we cannot achieve it if we don't win the Senate.
Val Demings. And if you want to know how she...
Mark Kelly in Arizona, Raphael Warnock in Georgia, and let's send Fetterman from Pennsylvania. I mean, I
love Fetterman. I like Fetterman.
I always like Fetterman.
And what about the woman? Don't we have a lady that's running? A Democratic female, black female?
She's a federal court judge too. We'll have her name for next week.
We'll have it for next week. But yeah,
we need to do that.
Go ahead.
Last but not least, we've been talking about Brittany.
Wait, real quick though, I want to show you guys something with Val Demings.
Okay, yeah.
And I want you to see why women and men, because you out there, we with the march supporting, you guys do support, we love it. Want to see why Val Demings needs to replace Mark Rubio.
And let me say this.
We need her to replace.
We can talk about a woman's right to choose her own destiny. When I decided to start my family, I didn't ask the governor's permission. I didn't ask my congressman's permission. I dang on sure didn't ask my senator's permission. And they need to get out of our business and leave the personal decisions, the intimate decision to women. Am I right about that? We are not going back. We're not sitting down. We're not shutting up. We're going to fight and fight and fight some more for a woman's right to choose. I don't know about you, but I'm sick and tired of Marco Rubio trying to tell women what to do.
We were laughing our butt off, because I'm going to still tell you
about the chicken.
About the chicken, because I told Denise. So, that's this, but you know what? If it make y'all watch the damn show just to come on and cuss me out, come on. Because I do hear a lot of people talking about chicken. And I know, because I talk about it my damn self, but I also know I want to know who is the cause of my chicken being short. Or being too high. Val Demings. Let's get back to business. Let me tell you something. I don't care what it's going to take. I'm going to support it. I'm not just saying these things. I'm so serious that I'm supporting these people. I'm not prepared. Next show I'll be prepared. I will be prepared to show you guys my little statement. I'm a credit card. I don't know who watch. But I'm not playing. I'm not playing because I know what it takes. I'm upset because I can't be down there in Florida really helping her. In grassroots trenches, because that Marco Rubio, I hope I want to see, because we feel her. You guys, Marco Rubio.
If you are an independent or a Democrat, you need to shake your tail feather and get out and vote. I ain't trying to convert no Republicans. I don't care. There are more Democrats and independents combined. We can get rid of all these people stopping progress. I was getting ready to call them a name.
Yeah, she can't do it. She said we can get rid of all these crazy asses we got in here with all these problems. You know what I mean? And your Mitch McConnells and your Marco Rubio. You guys, unless y'all really like seeing that stupidity, we really can do away with them. Right now, I love the fact I can't hear 44 and a half. Personally, I think that's why they shut down Elon Musk. That's my thought, though. That people are saying, oh, hell no, you're not finna do Twitter and he come back. Because even the people that said they liked him got disgusted and tired because he was embarrassing. And it's still an embarrassment. But Val, we got your back. I already know you listening. I already know. Because I received something I hadn't heard from you at all. So you can send me anything else you want to send me. Send me some more. I'm not just saying, I mean it. Send me some more. But we support you. We support. We are definitely we're here. We're here for you. What we telling people is that, guys, grassroots money is what they need. Go on their sites and make a donation. It ain't no amount. $1, $2, $3, but I say, come on, guys, $4 or $5 a month, $5 a month, it's worth it. To not look at Mark Rubio again? Come on. To not, Mitch McConnell? What I would give? Hell, I give almost $100 a month to not see that. See, I like to lost myself. I had to get into Denise's mode. But the point is, we can give and we can do. We can make this stuff. But I'm getting fumbled because it's so frustrating. Everything we're talking about, from gas to food to cost, effectiveness of what they're trying to do, as far as to derail Biden, is affecting us. Even if Biden does not win or is not reelected, and you know, the point is we still have to survive. These people that we are placing in office are set for to represent us. You're placing a vote for people, someone that you think is got your interest, your better interest at heart. Research. What is wrong? Do you hate us so much that you don't realize you're being harmed?
And don't be so foolish as to think your vote doesn't matter. It does. Don't be so stupid as to think there's no difference between a Republican and a Democrat. There is.
Trust. But you know, and don't be so stupid as to think that voting makes no difference. It serves no purpose. Because
By the way, I heard on the news that, because I remember saying, playing around with this voter suppression, they done poked the bear. Black people in the South are enraged that you would try to take them back to the 50s. The turnout for the Georgia primaries so far has been record breaking. They're turning out. Don't slow down. Don't think because you're hearing that in your local news, Georgia, that you don't have to still go.
Georgia? Y'all know my call. Every time. But what I want for Georgia is the same thing I want for Arkansas, for Alabama, for Kentucky. You understand what I'm saying? For Mississippi. Guys, it can be done. Texas. You have, again, now is where I do say, you new voters, you young voters, vote your future. Your vote, your future. Trust me.
I got the Beto O'Rourke campaign. I signed up for it. They sent me a list that I'm going to send postcards to people in Texas, encouraging them to get out and vote.
So, and don't forget our girl, Beto O'Rourke, Stacey Abrams. Guys, we can't sleep on this. And all of us in all these big cities that think we don't have any problem, New York, California, you know what I mean? Michigan, a lot of you, I want to make sure you understand something. It affects us all. That's why we're talking about these senators. I'm sitting in California, but I'm talking about Val Demings. We're talking about Georgia. Raphael.
Val Demings reminds me of Shirley Chisholm.
Oh, she does.
She won't be bought. And she won't be broken. She knows who she is. And you get that when she's talking, that she's not a coached politician. She knows who she is. She stands for what she stands for, win or lose.
That's my sister. That's my friend.
You can trust that.
Yeah, some people say that's my friend. That's my friend though in my head is Wendy Williams always said. I know what she means. That's a cancer thing. But yeah, that's a force to be reckoned with, for real. Val, Tiny Terror know what she's talking about. It's a force. And when I listen to her, I feel that strength. Like you said, I feel it. Raphael Warnock to me is a soft-spoken good man. Not perfect, but soft-spoken in a way where, like I said, I already noticed that he's treading respectfully through. You know, so my thing about this is, guys, we have a change to make, because they really, we're right in the midst of something, if you catch it. And if we can do this in the midst of what they're trying to do, we can teach something right here. Because, see, they need to know the power of the black. See, they don't understand from whence we came and we won't go back. That's the thing. They don't understand. Because, see, right now, after what we went through and what we've been experiencing with George Floyd, with what just went on in Buffalo, with all the voter suppression laws, we are full. And when you get too full, what happened? It's sad to say, but you throw up. Because there's no more you can take. And like Denise said, poke the bear. The best way for us to show them, guys, and don't let nobody get in your ear, it won't change nothing. It won't. If it wouldn't change nothing, the very person that's saying that is probably getting something that was made through the change that you walked to make happen.
And for the record, more than 110 million people in this country eligible to vote did not vote. That's more than, it was what, 80 some odd million that voted for Biden. It was 70 some odd million that voted for Trump. And then you got 110 million who didn't do anything.
And Biden still swept his ass.
My friends, find your friends who won't vote. This is more important than arguing about the damn vaccine.
This is more important than arguing about what store got the chicken. Matter of fact, while y'all frying chicken, talk to that friend. And if you were like me, I wouldn't even give him the hot sauce till he tell me he going to go vote.
Get in the car.
Take his ass up there to vote. And then take his ass to get vaccinated. Bet he didn't see that one coming. But anyway, as I was saying, and she's telling the truth, guys. We joking because I want it to be a little fun, but I want some seriousness in this. Because it doesn't, because y'all tend to, we take things, all of us, we get a little too serious, you get all It's not like that. This is important. Do this for me. Let's just do this one little thing. Let's do an experiment. Why don't we all just go vote this one time and vote for what's right and see what happens? And then let us, we'll be here, let us know what happens. And it's just an experiment. Just throw caution to the wind. Just say, F it. Just for the hell of it, I'm going to go out and go vote. And I'm going to vote my conscience. I'm going to vote for what's right. I'm going to keep Warnock in office. I'm going to put Val Demings on. I'm going to vote. I'm going to see if we can change the direction. And this time, see if we can have control. They can get control of the House and Senate. I'm going to just do this just to see what happens. Let us know what happens. Guys, we promised we'd talk about Brittany. Denise was so ready, she was jump ready to talk about Brittany, and that's awesome because we're keeping our word, and we really mean to talk about Brittany Griner. And Denise, I heard some things that went on. I'm so excited about being at the thing. You know, I was trying to show my picture. My wife didn't even take no pictures of me. But anyway, at the thing, we're going to get to that later. Guys, Brittany Griner is still detained. We support her, we love her, but Denise, didn't I hear? Have we heard? I did hear that go ahead.
There's a Russian that we have in prison right now for smuggling, and Russia is talking about trading, doing a prison exchange. That if we give them back this guy, they'll give us back Brittany. So that's the negotiation that's occurring right now. We'll see what comes of it. But the good news is there's some movement. Because as long as you're talking, there's a chance. It's when you stop talking that it's time to be concerned.
Okay, so we do have some movement. And
no resolution, but movement.
Well, movement is good.
Movement is good.
And no resolution, though. So, guys, we still say the name, Brittany Griner. My NBA. I need you guys to keep trying to help this young lady. Government, we need you guys to help this young lady. She didn't ask to be here. She didn't sign up for this. This was not her assignment. So, I don't care what y'all got to do. Sell one of them damn boats. Put up one of them damn boats. I don't care. Get this baby back home. It's time we really start putting some serious value, on the lives. I understand, Biden, you might want to take some money, do something with whatever, but I'm saying let's get this baby home. There's a way to do it.
Yes.
There's a way to do it. It's short of, I don't know, but she needs to get home. And Brittany, you're going to get your ass home. When you get your ass home and somebody offer you somewhere to play, do some serious research on it. And because that's sad, because you didn't ask for this assignment. You went to play ball. And this hurts. So this is not fair. It's not right. And sometimes you have to laugh to keep from being upset and crying because that child needs to be home. She's not even in it. And improving, I don't know how I can muster up, but I'm going to see if Denise will say a chant for you in the afterlife. And I'm going to say a prayer for you. The Father, Son, and the Holy Ghost. But, you're going to hell. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. Guys, I just call it like I see it. But anyway, Brittany Griner, we want you home. Our prayers go out to your family, your wife, everyone. And we're not going to stop saying your name. We're not going to stop mentioning it. And we have faith and belief that you're going to be here giving speeches and everything. Rachel Maddow, all you guys, we need to hear more about Brittany. We really do. We don't want you coming after she get back. So Brittany, when you get back, because you're coming back, once you get your rest and your love and everybody love on you, come talk to Mama. Come talk to the Queen over here, Miss Denise and Dion. Sit down and talk with us, because we've been saying it from day one. A1 from day one. We praying over here and chanting. I heard Denise the other night, and we don't live that close to each other, but I could hear that number you ring. That's Denise. She's chanting for everybody. So no, it's the truth. But sometimes I'm not down in chanting. I'm telling you, sometimes I have to get in and and I see why they do it. It takes you on a whole nother place. It takes you in a whole nother place. I needed that when I was raising them kids.
I've been, since you brought it up, I've been chanting Namyo Renge Kyo for over 40 years.
I see why. Because I'm just saying, we jumped sorry, but when I saw Tina do it, I'm like, what does that do? But when she left Ike, I started chanting. I think it gave her some courage. When she changed, I flipped on them. I'm like, everybody get... You think people playing? People went buying beads.
Yeah.
I know. She really put that on a whole nother level.
Yeah.
She really did. Buddhism, it really started... I started researching what it was, for real. Getting a serious respect for it. But, guys, one thing I know is we're going to finish this show the way it should be finished. Talking about Black and Mayberry. Y'all don't know, when I was working on these videos, I went back to Andy. I found all kind of funny shit. Why? Because Black and Mayberry make me look at... I'm glad y'all waited, because y'all make me look at... I don't know if I can watch Barney Fife and them again the way I did. That's some serious stuff y'all doing to change. A kid grew up with, that was the sweetest, cutest thing. But I did ask that question sitting watching that show at my young age. Well, I said there was not one black person. I think it was one show they had where a black woman just kind of standing there as a passerby. And now everybody got that. It's up. Go on, Google it, and they point her out with an arrow. Because not even they so much as didn't touch us. They didn't even put us in there. We didn't even shine a shoe. A&B did her own cooking. That's phenomenal. During that time, when everybody had black folks cooking, come on.
And highly unlikely.
That's why we know Mayberry was really El Segundo. That wasn't in the country. That could happen in California. You can think about it. They're going in there and cook because, black people were still a little liberated. They had their problem, but it wasn't like it was in the South. So, but the point is, also I laughed when I read it. I do remember Fred Sanford, because I want you guys to relate to this. I used to always hear Fred Sanford say El Segundo to Lamont. And I remember one time Lamont had this cologne. And he's, "Pop, you like my cologne?" He said, it smells like late nights in El Segundo. And I realized with the oil refinery and all that, he was trying to tell me it didn't smell too good. You know what I mean? And but the going yesterday in a dry, and I'm gonna tell you something that's gonna shock you. Again, I wasn't born here. I moved here in my 30s. After my kids got grown. But the point is, went off to school. But the point is, I've been up El Segundo Boulevard and, different areas around in El Segundo, but I had never been over in that area.
Mm.
My wife had been all over there. I say that for a reason. There's a feeling you get, when you drive into it. And I don't know if I got that feeling because of the documentary. Guys, go watch Black in Mayberry. Please, I would not steer you wrong. Please go watch Black in Mayberry. All of them, everybody did a great job, but they are right. The young man at the end, Juice Mackins, I got the pleasure of interviewing him. We're going to show you in just a minute. The intensity in him, the fed up, brought it home for you. As a mother, if you are a man, it'll do it for you. As a woman, it does something. So please, it's an hour. It's an hour. As my friend Denise would say, get you a nice little drink, get your friends together, have a conversation about it. Have a conversation about it. And
because one of the things that Tanya says is we all have a Black in Mayberry story. And we want those stories. When you go on the website, you'll see there's an opportunity to share your story. And we're going to use it in our next project. But blackinmayberry.com. Let's see what yesterday was.
And it was an organization. At first it started off, they did a documentary. Now they've turned it into a nonprofit organization, which is phenomenal. So guys, what we're going to do is we're going to back out. We know y'all love us. We look good, don't we? I got my little fly hat on. Look at Lena Horn over there. Look like a pretty smile. See? Look at that smile. So y'all know y'all want us to stay. We want to stay too, but guess what? We understand that as lovely as we are, we got something more important going on. Like, I want you to hear these beautiful young people that I was able to interview. I'm going to show you a picture, though. See, Denise know I've been waiting on this moment. Boy, I tell you, that's the picture, guys, right above Denise and I. See the little handsome guy? That's Juice Mack. And see the little young lady with the skateboard? I mean, she is a spirit. You hear me?
Elijah.
Elijah. Yeah. Yeah, she's a spirit. You hear me? Now, in there, you see them white shoes with the black jacket and a little bit of white in the back with a camera in their hand. That's you. That's me. That's my big moment. Thanks to Denise and them. That's how I got my big moment. That's how I came up. See, I'm hurting and crying right now, Vet and Michelle. I got my big moment. That's it right there. That's all you get of me. My COVID belly and my slick black jeans.
Stop complaining. Show them these interviews with the kids. It's amazing.
Guys, we're going to show you. I'm going to tell you what we're finna see. It takes 1 second. I'm going to show you interviews. We're going to go 1, 2. We're going to go in segment with each interview with each young, amazing person. And you're going to know what they're part of as far as it was photographic art. And it was called Daydreaming. And as Denise was saying, around the artwork, each one will have their photo right before they speak. So you'll see that. Then we're going to have an interview. Denise got a chance to talk. We got a chance to speak one-on-one with Tanya Taylor, the founder of the nonprofit and the producer and creator of Black in Mayberry. So as we leave out, we're going to come in with some wonderful stuff. Stay. You don't want to miss this. Denise, give them something they can feel, Queen.
Be an artist activist. And whatever you do that you love, that's your art.
You see how she do me? I'm going to leave y'all with what she made sure we have to say, which is awesome anyway. You should be angry. You must not be bitter. Bitterness is like cancer. It eats upon the host. It doesn't do anything to the object of its displeasure. So use that anger. You write it. You paint it. You dance it. You march it. You march it. You march it. You march it. You vote it. You vote it. You vote it. You do everything about it. And you talk it to whoever listening and the ones that's not listening. But you never stop talking it. So guys, that was Dr. Maya Angelou. So it's okay to be angry. It's okay to be fed up. But do something about it. Like these young people. Like Tanya Taylor. My friend over here. These activists. They're doing something about it. Guys, it has been a pleasure being under the bridge with you. To the late, great John Lewis. We are so honored to honor you with Can You Handle the Trouble? It is now that Denise and I will let the things that John Lewis saw, wanted, and looked through his window and dreamed of take flight right here. Another organization of love and growth is coming and coming strong. Guys, embrace it, love on it, and let's make it big. Let's make this one big, wonderful thing. I know I will. And Denise already know how I can get.
And after you watch it, go to blackandmayberry.com, watch the documentary. You can watch it in pieces if you want, and then please contribute. Whatever.
Contribution. You'll see at the end what she tells you. It makes a lot of sense. No amount's too small, and certainly no amount's too big. Make sure, but no, give something. You probably may be the next one that they'll be talking about or talking with, because Tanya's about to take. Yeah, that little, you'll see her. She gonna be everywhere. You're gonna see them everywhere. Them two run when you see them. Run for us. When you see Tina, Tara, and Tanya, you about to do some work, and you're about to get loved on, but you're about to make a difference. So if you're scared of doing that, I suggest you do like Forrest Gump. Run, Forrest, run. We love you guys. We got nothing but love for you, and we out. What you to do is say your name. Y'all look amazing. Say your name and how you feel about being a part of something that is, you're making history. It's groundbreaking, and you're a part of it.
Hi, I'm Eli. My real name's Elijah, but everybody calls me Eli. And this project, it was really dope. It was really cool also because I've never been a part of a project where it's like, we're gonna celebrate every form of a black person that we can get in this space. So it was like, I'm all alternative, and then there's like people that are mad like 90s hip hop, and there's like bohemian vibes, and then there's like, cause there's so like the spectrum of black people is so crazy that like there's no way we could fit in a box. So even in the frames, you can see like we're still outside of the frame. So it's like, I think it was a real great way to express how we are, and having us being able to speak about how we feel about certain situations, answer certain questions. And I don't even know if any of us got the same questions, and it don't even really matter, because if you look at the words, we all had something in common, which shows that all of us are connected in some way, shape, or form, no matter how different we are. That's why I liked being a part of this. That was a dope feeling.
I love it.
My name is Audria Kelly. I really loved being a part of this. Like I said before, it's always amazing being a part of something that's bigger than you, to share in the same limelight as people that look like you, or share the same common ground as you, no matter what basis it is. I just, like I said, it's just immense gratitude, to be able to share how I feel about topics that are, so surreal in the times that we live in now and have been for since the beginning of time, and just to see that everybody has come out and support, and they really appreciate the work, and then just the fact that Lee and Tanya trusted us in our artistry to bring us on and let us shine in our own light through this project is just beautiful too. And also just having to dig deep and find, okay, what are 10 words? It was so hard to limit myself to just 10 words because there's a million. But what are the 10 words that, I can use that are powerful to express what I see in the future? And just looking at everybody's, words and their choices, like Eli said, we're all kind of in the same space when it comes to this, and we all want to see the same thing, and we hope for the same thing, and everything is just overall positive energy, high vibration, love, and just joy. So it was just great to just be a part of something like this. And, you know, shout out to Lee and Tanya, and shout out to minorities, shout out to black people, shout out to everybody around the globe, shout out to women, you feel me? Shout out to those people that wake up every day, shout out to the strong people, you feel me? So yeah, that's it.
Hi, I'm Whitney Springer, aka Ziva, and what it means to me to be a part of this project, this movement, not only am I just so grateful, it's just a huge responsibility. Everyone has a part to play. Everyone has different stories. I mean, we're all unique and one of a kind, and I think it's your duty and obligation to tell your story and play a part to make a change. So yeah, I think it's just, I think actually now this is kind of a turning point for me because I've always been a part of the community and for black people and for diversity and for shapes and sizes and etc. But it's like when you're a part of something like this and your face is right in front of people's faces, you're responding to a situation that needs to change. So yeah, I just feel like a huge opportunity to speak, and I think that's really important. So yeah.
Right, true. To be a part of this project is a testimonial to community outreach, to not only community outreach within similar skin tones, to similar mind frames, but it's a similar vision. I believe vision expands further than just color, gender conformities, and even religion. If you have a vision for something that can infiltrate not only the mind, the eyesight, but also the body, and within the body that also infiltrates into the future. So to be a part of this is giving like a golden visionary moment of not saying, okay, this is my vision, but this is the vision for a stronger collective, and that collective that's built on a foundation of progress, change, love, and an intuitive sense of changes. Not only just change off the basis of it, but the intuition of this change doesn't necessarily have to fully affect me 100%, but it's going to affect the next person next to me, in front of me, or behind me. So to be a part of this program, but to be a part of this event alongside family makes it that much sweeter, but expanding that family into a community that I believe is deemable for renovations.
Tanya,
Yes.
so excited.
Oh,
This is
my
so great.
goodness.
Who would have thought?
Right?
Who would have thought?
Right? We were in our t-shirts and
Oh,
our
no makeup.
sweats and no makeup. Oh, yeah.
Anyway,
And little bandanas.
I know. And sunglasses. Yeah. Good times.
Good times. Scary.
So now here we are.
Right.
The documentary, Black in Mayberry, is picking up momentum, and it's time to get bigger.
It is.
So what's the next project? What's the next thing?
So what we're doing right now is we're taking the Black in Mayberry documentary and we're using that as our template to create our next documentary. We're asking people to share their stories because our original documentary was based on stories of people in El Segundo. So now we want to look at the experience of people all across America. So it is going to be really interesting because I know that you viewers out there have got some stories that you have kept to yourselves for a very long time. They're deep in your heart, and it's time to share them. When you see the documentary, the people that are in there now were so vulnerable, and I am proud to say that vulnerability was received so positively from both Black, white, Asian people. People were so amazed just to be able to hear another individual speak about their humanity, and we really want to be able to give back the humanity to many others. And you know, those were 13 experiences. There's a lot more that we go through, and we want those voices to be heard as well. So that's going to be our goal this year, is we're collecting those stories. with the hope to begin creating in 2023. This summer, we are going to be running the photographic journal, which is exciting stuff. We're taking 12 students, 12 young black youth, and we're going to be teaching them photography for 6 weeks. So they're going to be learning a new skill, and at the end of that, experimentation with different cameras, different techniques. They'll have tutors, and they'll be taught the history of photography, not just photography itself, but also our culture and our heritage through black photographers who have created and paved the way for what will now be the next generation of these amazing storytellers. They are going to create a photographic journal of their own life, and we're going to exhibit this. The reason why we're doing this is because it is so important for us to tell our own stories. For too long, our stories have been told for us. Hollywood, I'm not afraid to say it, but they have been responsible for so many negative stereotypes. So much discrimination has been spawned out of these movies that they've created with these mammies and these gangsters, and we're either gangsters or we're prostitutes or we're drug dealers. This has got to stop, because black people that I know, the beautiful black people that I know, are varied in so many wonderful ways. So many wonderful ways. And what we want to do is empower the next generation to, one, document our history, to tell our stories, what happened, because we don't want to hear the whitewashed version, we don't want to hear the edited version, we want our people to tell the version of what was going on for us today. And two, we want to be able to have the dream, to think forward of the future and how they would want to see us, and project that into our environment, project that into our atmosphere, project that energy into life so that we can become that as well. So those are the two main projects that we have, and we're excited.
So, you know, it's really, really important. Number one, to put this whole day in context, you need to begin the day with taking an hour of your time, glass of wine, cup of coffee, nice brewed cup of tea, and watch the documentary, Black and Mayberry. There's no point that you're not captured on the edge of your seat, and I'm not just saying that because I'm in it. Then, after you watch it, then go to the website. No amount is too small, and certainly no amount is too large. blackandmayberry.com. Help us do these projects. They will make an impact nationwide, worldwide, because that's where we're taking it. Thank you so much. Thank you, Tanya.
Thank you.
I hope tomorrow will bring better you, better me. I know that we'll show this world we got more we could be. So you should never give up on your hopes and your dreams. You gotta get the promise of today.
Hey, hey, no, 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 yeah, yeah. People keep on learning. Soldiers keep on warring. World keep on turning, 'cause it won't be too long. Oh no. Coward. Hey, hey.
They say life is what you make it, yeah. But I'm